The following D&D campaign is rated TV-MA-LSVEP. It contains strong language, sexual situations, violence, extreme nerdiness, I think is the best thing, to see if there was something that she had said that indicated to you what it might be.
Sure.
I do that because Victoria screwed up and said what it was during RP, but I don't know if you guys caught it.
18.
18. Okay. It's a small orb of power of some sort.
Okay. And she like promises that it's going to be used for good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, she is. She was adamant and that they were using it for good, and she's confident this is the best course of action.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's just like going to waste, like in their locker or whatever. Basically.
Essentially, yeah. So she
they're not even using it. Like
yeah, essentially, yeah. She's like, they're not using it for anything. It's just like being stored down there, but it's not common knowledge that it's stored down there.
Okay.
So
Okay. And it's gonna be like once Lashana uses it, it's gonna be like gone, right? Like it's gonna be
so Lennox had asked for that, and she sort of indicated to you that this is magic beyond a scope that whoever she's working with have cast before, and so they are unclear about whether or not it will consume the magical item or not.
Okay. And like I would have asked her, like, what are the odds that it's gonna like, like backfire, like do something real bad?
She probably, would have told you she thinks the worst case scenario is that the magic just forces the item to do whatever it does, which she did not tell you and would not tell you. Okay. So having it be used for its intended purpose versus as a component in the spell that she wants to do.
Okay. Okay, well, let's go over there. Maybe it's on display, and maybe it just has like a nice little plaque next to it that just describes its history and what it can do. Just like a nice museum.
I love a good plaque.
Okay. So you guys are going to head over to the temple, right? So you just can scope it out a little bit.
Yeah, we're just going to be like, hey, like, what's your deal?
Sure. Let me. So you walk up to. It's a beautiful stone building. It's very simple, but there are a lot of spires, but everything is very squared off, very neat. And you see on either side the symbol of Kellamvor, which is a skeletal hand holding a scale, and it's on either side of the door. And you walk up into the space, and you can see that there's a long runner that goes to a dais that's in the center of the space. It's almost like it's a very wide hallway that opens up into a six-sided worship space. You can also see that there are rooms off to either side of the main hallway that you walk into, as well as a set of center stairs on the back half that go to a balcony that seems to rise higher and higher into the space. And you see clerics milling about and some worshipers that are standing in like a short queue to the dais so that they can put their offerings at the base of a statue of Kellamvor.
Okay. And then like what part of town is this? Is there just like a temple, the temple neighborhood?
Yeah, it's right. It's on the edge of the temple district. Well, let me switch. Get back to the Khazad-dothian Pass. Give me a second.
And then like my other question is, how does it look compared to the other ones? Is it like kind of like run down, or is it look nice?
So it is well kept. There's something about the simplicity of it. There's no moss or ivy on the stone. It looks like it's being kept up, even though it is so simple. And then it is in Mist Point, which is one of the more populated temple districts. There are a couple of smaller ones throughout, but this is like where the major religions are.
Okay. So it's one of the more major ones. It's not like
Yeah.
all right. Is there like a door greeter there as we come in? Is there
You see that there are 2 armored clerics that also have like a modified form of vestments that are flanking the stairs as you would walk in. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be anyone to greet you. It seems that you can come and go as you please, and people are just sort of milling about. And if for some reason you guys wanted a top-down visual of what we're looking at, I do have it up in Tabletop Simulator. So.
okay?
Mhm.
The other thing is like looking at the guards just real quick, just
Mm-hmm.
eyeballing them. Do they look like they could actually fight, or do they just look like like does Jules think like, oh, I could take those guys? I mean, obviously he
Jules
thinks that,
always
but
thinks
I mean,
yeah, like, we're not like,
that's skewed.
like,
I make a quick insight check for me. It's not a high DC, just
19.
19. Yeah. He thinks that they're certainly above average even for a city guard. You know, that they're well trained. Does he think they're any match to you guys? Probably not, but
Okay.
yeah.
Also fit, Jules.
What was that? I'm sorry.
The clerics, they're all so fit.
Yeah.
I've seen better.
Where?
It's
When?
just not what I expect when I come to church. It's just everyone's so fit.
Oh well,
I mean,
there
they're
are
not Derek,
there are
but,
quite a
like-
few religions that kind of I guess kind of put on a pedestal, keeping your body in shape.
Okay.
You know, I mean, your body's a temple, right? Your body's, you know, you use yourself to worship and to spread the you
Yeah.
know, your deity's great power, and so you keep yourself in shape so that way you can go out and kill people in the name of your deity or talk to them, whatever your deity
You have to
I guess
be
calls
fit for
for.
that. This is why I don't like
Sure.
religion.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to be, it's just so that you can better serve, right?
Sure. The way you were saying it, I thought it was like you walked into a church and it was like that kind of gymnastics where it's just 2 greased up buff dudes that are like lifting each other and like crawling around each other. You know what I'm talking about? They like hoist each
Ileana's
other up
eyes,
and like
Ileana's eyes
Yeah.
kind of glaze over for a couple of minutes, and she's like,
it, yeah.
I mean, maybe somewhere, someplace.
yeah. Okay. Well, walking around, are there any artifacts on display in the
Make an investigation check. Ileana, will you make a perception check for me, please?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Rolling,
22.
rolling.
Which church are we
22.
in?
I'm putting my perception in Zoom. All right.
Perfect. Thank you.
For ya.
I will type to you in just a second. With that investigation check, Jules, you look around and it looks like they have some paintings of the wars, the great battles that Kellenvor has been in, with some descriptions about what you're seeing. It looks like there's a plaque in front of the statue of Kellenvor himself. And it looks like they have some of those like mid-tier relics that are more emotional than necessarily magical, you know, like the wood from the chest that he carried everywhere, right, where it's like, oh, these are just, you know, those kind of relics. You don't see anything that seems to be like magical in any way in this space.
I'll wave Ileana over to see the next plaque. You know, they make her excited.
Love a good plaque. She reads it happily. You see what it said here? Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
People underestimate plaques, you know? It's an easy way to get information out to the public without oversaturating them with like a pamphlet or, you know,
Less
a big
wasteful. It's more
billboard.
green.
Exactly. And it
Yeah.
lasts for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think we should look around? It sounded like whatever this relic was, it's probably not on display. But should we look anyway, just in case? I guess
Yeah.
we don't know what it is, but at least we can get a feel for where we're allowed and where we're not. All right.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
I'm gonna try and go upstairs, and then I'll let everyone know if they let me. Do we want to split up a bit and take a look around?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And that'll be my direction anyway. I'll head towards the stairs.
All right, we'll do you first, Lennox. So you go and head towards the stairs of the balcony, I take it, or off to one of the sides?
Yeah, the one towards the back that goes up towards the back.
Yeah. So it's a flight of stairs up the center, and then it
Mhm.
splits into 2 flights of stairs to 2 different balconies that flank the center dais. Do you have a direction you want to go to start, or do you just want to go to? Okay, we'll go left. So you get up there and you see that there are some small benches that you can sit on, and just you see people sitting down and either reading or just sort of meditating while you're up there. You see another one of those guards that you saw at the front that is standing specifically in the center of the balcony space over what looks like a small, calling it like a little wood stage is a little grand for it. It's only like a little 3-inch bump up in the balcony itself. So it's stone all around and then wood right there.
Okay.
And he's standing right on it.
Oh. Do they say anything back, or are they like one of those quiet?
They seem to be, reflective and quiet and just there doing their job.
Right. Look down over, just to be able to pass it. I'll look down at Jules. Get to walk over to that and the balcony.
Yeah.
If
So
they
you can walk
yeah.
over to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just see what they're up to.
Okay. Sounds good. And you make your way over to the other side. Can you just make one more investigation check for me as you check the other, the right-hand side balcony?
19.
19. Okay. You notice a duplicate scene of what was on the other balcony. A handful of people are up there reading or meditating. There's the guard in the center. You do notice though that this guard, although everything else is exactly the same as the other guards, this one in particular has a like gold dagger that is sticking on one side, and it seems to it draws your attention because it is ornate, and it looks like it was trying to be a little bit hidden behind the cloak.
Okay. Actually, I'll just share with everyone what I'm seeing. Oh, and then there's this dagger, holding that tucked behind, trying to be tucked behind. This is one that I've seen so far.
Oh,
But they don't seem
you're
to
not going
move.
to take it, are you?
No.
Okay, got it.
No.
I mean, if you did, it's not like the end of
Well,
it.
I just
Right?
didn't want a scene. We probably want to keep a little bit of a low profile here.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. If I check the 2 balconies out, then I'll just head back down and see what everyone else has found.
Yeah. Ileana or Jules, do either of you have anything you want to try and look at?
I would just be trying to make a mental layout of the place.
Okay. Make just an investigation check. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the same for Ileana too.
Okay. Yeah. Same thing.
18. Just
18.
yeah.
Okay.
In case I need to hide somewhere later.
Yeah. So Jules was an 18. What'd you get, Eliana?
Ileana gets a little distracted by some probably like religious, probably like another plaque.
Mhm.
Couple plaques kind of distract her. She only got a 3.
A 3. Okay. Yeah. Ileana does kind of wander her way around and find the offices, the storeroom, which are flanking the
Amazing.
entry.
She
Yeah.
just looks menacing, not menacingly, but kind of just very serious at people in the offices and
Yeah.
moves on.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're here?
Really quick, if I have a moment alone, I'm gonna cast see invisibility and then just see if I see anything that's not actually there.
Okay. Can you do a deception check for me, please?
I mean, like I'll go outside and do it.
Oh, I see. And then
I'll
walk
let
back
go,
in.
like
Okay.
pretend like I'm taking a piss or something. and just-
Oh, okay, sure. Okay. Actually, can you do a stealth check for me then, please? Not for that, but for when you're like looking around to make sure you're not making it too obvious that
Sure.
you're looking for something.
20.
Okay. So Jules takes a moment, leaves, comes back, takes a look around, notices that there seems to be on the right hand balcony, there seems to be 2 figures that are shrouded with invisibility that are on 2 little, I guess, steps in the very far corners of the balcony so that no one would ever accidentally bump into them. But they seem to be like triangulated to be in a position to help the guard that you do see that's on that like weird little wood step up.
Okay.
Fascinating.
All right. Yeah, I'll let them know.
Oh. I'm gonna try.
Is
not to
there
look.
a way? Can I think of a way I could go up there and accidentally bump into one of them?
It's almost like imagine like a little 2-foot stone column that's like just big enough for you to stand on is like in the corner of the stone space, right? So like for you to bump into them, you would either have to try and lean into the corner or like try and pretend you're going to step up onto that thing and run into them, I think.
Okay.
So it's up to you if you like.
I could even get like to go over there, like pick his nose and like try and put it somewhere that's like.
Oh my goodness.
Well, they are 2 feet up from where like a normal so it's like 2 humans on a thing, so it'd be hard for you to reach their nose.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you could certainly like go to the corner and like stretch and like run your hand into them if that's what you're hoping to do.
I'll go over to my corner like and just scratch my head and like let a breakfast part out.
Yeah.
And then
I will
walk away.
I will tell Lennox exactly where it is in case he wants to do anything.
Okay. You can hold on.
I will paint a perfect mental picture.
Perfect. Yeah. Jules, you are met with the image in front of you of these invisible individuals who start gagging. Like you can't hear anything. Like you see them and they're like looking at each other, like towards each other. Obviously they don't see each other, but they're like looking in that direction. And yeah, thoroughly disgusted. Good job, Lennox.
Nice.
No retching. They're good. They're good.
They're just men. Okay, good to know. So we counted what, 5 guards total?
There are the 2 at the very front. There are the 2 that are visible on each of the balconies, and then there are 2 additional that are invisible on one side of the balcony.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not bad. 6. Fine. Cool. But like no one like comes up to like talk to us and tell us the good word of Kellumbor or like.
No, especially with Derek not being with you at the moment. No, it seems like the way that this particular temple operates, that they give you the freedom to be in the space, use the space. You see the clerics walking through, and a paladin or two occasionally, but yeah, it seems to be like a space of personal self-reflection.
Okay.
Are there any doors that are like closed off to us? Walk around and try and open up first.
With your investigation check, let me look around. It does look like what looks like an office area on the right hand side. You'd either go up a short set of stairs on either side. Those seem to be blocked off as employees only.
Okay.
Mhm.
Report
You're
that to
welcome.
me.
Mhm.
And no other signs of like an upper level to all this or lower level that are obvious anyway. Like maybe behind these closed doors, but nothing we can see from the main.
Nothing you can see through the main area. I will say that just make a straight intelligence check for me, please.
4.
Rough.
It's pretty architecture.
I can't roll that low.
That's amazing. Oh, it's so
It's like it's so pretty.
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I'll just let out the practice fire.
Anything else in this space?
I can't think of anything that would like. Are there any like obvious doors that are like super top secret? Where like the guards are coming out like locking it behind them or something?
No. No super obvious secret doors. It doesn't seem like there's a place that outside of what looks like the office and the space that's indicated as such. You don't see any way up or down outside of being on the balconies. I will say, because it is pretty obvious, the base of the balconies, you can't walk under them.
Oh,
Like it's just a solid wall.
okay. Okay. So that could potentially be like storage or something, or like. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I think we got
Prison
everything.
cells.
Prison cells?
Yeah.
You think this church has prison cell? Do you think they have prisoners?
It could.
What would you do?
Oh, we have cells in our church back at the
What and why would someone be put
Empire.
the Empire? Right. Like, do you
Like
not do
every
enough
church
kneeling
had a
and-
prison?
yeah, right?
No.
Yeah. Is that
So every-
not normal here?
No.
No.
Uh,
I
Interesting.
mean, just inherently, wouldn't you think? Well, let's wait a minute.
is like the main, like the archbishop also the warden? Like, how does it?
Oh no, but the soldiers that work for the crown, they also kind of are in conjunction with the churches. So if they need extra room, they bring them to the churches and they keep them here. And they have monks. We have a religious ward that takes care of them, and we'll give them meals maybe once a day.
That's better than none a day, I guess.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
But that's
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't know. I just assumed. Saw the walls and just assumed that that's where the cells were, or maybe in the basement. Usually they're in the basement. So if we get to the basement, that'd be something to look out for.
The prisoners.
Yes.
It
Got
feels very strange, but we're gonna kick ourselves if we get down there. There's bloody cells. No, I don't think that's normal.
We're gonna be Lennox. We're gonna be really red in the face if we get down there, and there are like actual prisoners.
I mean,
We're
We're gonna be
perhaps.
so embarrassed.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Hey.
It's okay. I won't. I'll try not to say I told you so.
Well,
I
thank you.
appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Well, I don't know that there's much else. Should we carry on, come back when it's? I think we're supposed to come back under night.
I'll be honest.
Fine.
The plaques kind of carried my attention, so I didn't quite get a good layout of the temple. But so I'm going to be relying on y'all.
As long as you enjoyed yourself, that's,
I did. It was very. I know a lot about Cullenborg now, and I didn't before, and all thanks to the plaques, really.
You gotta live every moment of your life because you just don't know when you might be thrown into a church prison. And
It's true. Maybe
We
it's a
should
church
ask
prison
Derek.
at Cullenborg.
That's Derek if his church has prisons. That's
Oh,
a
we
thing.
should.
Fine,
We should. Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, Derek hasn't really told us a lot about Kellamvor in general.
Oh, I was a little surprised when he mentioned it.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you're a cleric. Oh, that's what. It's like I need to pray on it. What?
What? I didn't know you were the.
Since when?
Well, maybe he's kind of rediscovered his faith in Cullenborg.
It's like, I mean, certainly after dying, I'm sure that probably.
Yeah,
I'll bring you
it's
a
a
bit
certain
closer.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Ileana? You're a paladin of some sort, right? What's
I am a
Which deity do you
paladin of
serve?
not
many
just of some
sorts.
sort. I am a paladin. What did you ask
yeah?
there? Glenna?
Who you serve? Your deity?
Are we planning on getting out of here at a certain time? Look at
No,
the
what?
time in the
Bitch.
sky. And Leona will start like walking
Well,
towards
wait,
the
wait,
exit
no,
of
what?
the
Ileana,
temple.
we just want to read
Why
your
did the-
plaque.
Yeah, show us your plaque.
Linux, you've already read my plaque.
All right, but
Several
what this
times.
part? Oh,
I mean, it's all the jails, obviously.
Right. What are you asking about a plaque? My plaque?
yeah, we want to read your plaque and know more about you.
Who gives you your powers?
Right.
I do.
No, that's not how.
What?
That's not how paladins work. I might be a simple private investigator slash
Look,
adventurer.
I am a spiritual person. I think that there are good and bad things to many of the deities. I don't like to pigeonhole myself, in boxes.
You're a paladin of the world.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Paladin
I just, I studied under Torm, right? And I still believe Torm's out there. And they're doing stuff.
All right.
And they assist, sure. Yeah. There's all kinds of deities out there, right? I mean,
Yeah.
why you can believe in one and possibly think, oh wow, these other ones are interesting as well.
Sure.
So I mean, Torm's great, but
yeah, of course we don't want to.
there are
be
other
upset.
there are I mean, obviously Cullenborg, there's people here that think that Cullenborg is great too.
Yeah, there's plenty of deities, and some of them are
There's
great,
plenty
some are
of
not.
deities in the sea. Exactly.
Well, paladins
Exactly.
typically, I think clerics, and I don't know. I guess I'm learning something
Aren't you
new.
guys? Yeah, I thought you are like a champion of
Right. They don't like more than one because they're like, what? No, they're my servant. No, they're mine. And then it gets all backed up.
Isn't
Yeah.
that funny? Yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions out there, right?
No, but if you're not ready to tell us, Ileana, that's all right. You can
I
just
just
say I
don't.
don't feel like talking about it. You don't have to, cancel.
I just you know, I mean, I'm just not. And she kind of gets a little bit closer and like starts whispering. I'm just not really sure that.
You can just
I
talk
mean,
to her
I-
if you don't want to say it out
I-
loud. You can just.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
already
do
on a
Okay.
on a reel.
Yeah.
I'm just not really sure that I'm want to kind of put myself into one deity's court, right?
Who are you
I
looking
like-
at? Who do you have your
right.
eye on?
I
Besides
don't know.
Lennox.
Well, I mean, always. And she'll give a wink to Lennox. I just I don't know. I mean, why stick with one when it's kind of like, when you're at a feast, it's like, sure, I like mashed potatoes, right? I mean, who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
I Church of Lennox.
The mashed potatoes don't give you powers, though, Ileana.
Yeah, mashed potatoes really count. Yeah.
I will eat the mashed potatoes, but also there's other things to eat there. And they're all good. Mostly, sometimes not, but
I'll lean back. It's all right. When you're ready, Ileana. When you're ready.
I don't understand what am I not saying? What do you
Like,
need me to say? What are you wanting
can't
me to say?
serve to the deities if you're serving one and you're like, oh, this other tasty meatloaf here, and you find another
Shh.
deity.
Lower your voice. They might hear you.
Who's they? Like,
Deities.
Then the mashed potatoes stop giving you powers.
can't they like
Well,
read your mind? And I always assume they could like
right?
they
yeah.
just
Okay,
knew
if
everything you do.
Look, if they're going to not give me powers because I'm just looking and reading and learning about other deities, then why do I want them?
No, yeah,
Right,
fair.
We agree.
Fair.
We're
No,
just
no
wondering
one's
who you're
saying
looking
to like blindly follow whoever gives you your powers. Just ask them to give you your powers.
You're right.
And who wasn't to say that it's that gives me my powers? Maybe it's me. I mean, I am an
Maybe so.
ASMR.
Yeah.
I mean, I am
so.
special, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a little
no,
bit.
For sure.
A
You're
wee
so
bit.
special.
Right.
So-
I-
Yeah.
I mean,
Very.
So I
The most.
kind of looks at Lena. So I just I just don't want to miss out, I
Okay.
guess.
Sure.
Fine.
I
Just
followed
curious.
Torm all of my life.
Hey,
You sound
and
like-
I was kind of forced to follow Torm. It wasn't really my decision. It was kind of like what, the
Church
empire that I came from followed. So I was like, oh, Torm, yeah, Torm's great. And Torm is great. She says a little bit louder
right,
than what
go
she's been talking.
Team Torm.
No, yeah,
Torm's great.
The best.
Go, and if people look at her, she's like,
Go Torm.
go
And
Kellenborg.
Great.
I
Oh, I can't stand the deed.
and like back to like whispering, but I just, what if I don't, and she kind of like pulls out a couple of the books with like 100 deities, like small deities, whatever I have like 50 small deities or something, I think, Victoria. I'll have
These
to look
top
it up.
50
Yeah.
deities.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Wasn't it
BuzzFeed
50
You'll
stuff.
be
Shades
surprised.
of-
Yes, 50 shades of like deity or something.
Yeah, I'll find. You know what? I'm
Well,
gonna find out.
So what are the so what about these other options?
Do you have your
Yeah, they're probably
Look
pretty
at this.
cool.
This has 50 of them.
right?
I didn't know that there were 50 different
They're
deities.
so
There's a lot.
Oh, look, here's one that's just about sex.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Right on.
Right?
Yeah.
Aye.
So
I'm just gonna
what-
say that there are a lot of parallels in between this conversation and then like how I talk, like when my parents are like, oh, why don't you have a girlfriend yet? There's a lot of parallels here.
Oh,
Life is interesting
Yeah.
like that. There's just so many.
Yeah, I'm
there's
just
so
saying I
many
can relate.
parallels, Jules. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
just
Well,
like,
I
you know,
hope-
like, oh,
I
this
hope-
person's also great, right? Like,
Right,
Jules,
how do
I hope
know
your
that that's the-
parents come to accept you for you. Right?
oh yeah, I mean they
Oh.
do. They're just like, you know,
Okay,
it's like,
good.
oh, yeah. Why aren't you married
Right
yet?
to the table. Do you have your eye
Marriage.
on anyone? I think what Jules was asking was, you know,
Well, I
Any
was just
that
curious. I
stand
don't know
out?
who gave you your power. Yeah.
I just not really, not yet. I'm still studying. I don't want to make the wrong decision.
well,
I
good
don't
for
want to
you.
be like, thanks. I've never said this to anyone, so you're the first ones, and it feels a little naughty saying it in a church to another deity. Right.
Oh, like you
Talking
look pretty
about
good.
other
Kellenborg.
deities.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm not looking to call follow Killenborg. No.
No, just dabble.
No offense.
Dip the toe in the
Just a
water.
little-
Yeah. Get a taste.
You know, I read the plaques. I know enough.
Oh,
Okay.
well, lovely.
But yeah. So now you know.
That's wonderful.
Eddie.
That's great. Not getting stuck with what was thrust upon you.
Yeah.
Finding your
And-
own way.
Yeah. If Torm doesn't do it for you anymore, it's okay
Also,
to.
Waking up with
While we're
Torb every
having-
morning.
while we're having this little powwow,
Sure.
I might have tieflings following me.
What?
Except you, Linux. Not
Right? No,
including
I
you.
got that. What's
so
in a dangerous way, or just like
Okay, so this
Fan
part I
club.
don't relate to. This is
I
new
think
for
it-
me.
I think in a good way.
Right.
So Rodrigo lets me know that
Ooh,
these tieflings that I reached out to kind of help me possibly go after the empire that's trying to kill me.
ooh,
They might be trying to find me. Rodrigo says it's good. It seems fine. They want to find me for good purposes.
right.
Hopefully that good purpose isn't to kill me. So if you
Right.
see like any tieflings giving me the eye, I mean, other than because I'm with you fine folk, just let me know, okay?
Right.
I'll let you know if I see a tiefling just staring at you.
Well,
You catch me
besides
staring at
Linux.
her ass again.
Yeah.
Besides Lenick. But other than that, if you see some tiefling maybe following us, I mean, I'm sure you would probably say something anyway. But just so you know, since
I'd be
we're
like, oh,
sharing,
like that one? I'm joking. There's not.
Oh.
What? Oh.
Is there? I'll turn around. Is there? a
Jules.
tiefling?
Yeah, I looked over when he gestured.
Make a perception check.
Yeah.
Jules.
Watch there just be like a random tiefling. It feels so bad. 6.
A 6. You look around. It's a little busy behind you, but you don't see any tieflings,
Okay.
to your knowledge.
Oh, no.
Wait, so
Also, hopefully, yes, Jules.
I was gonna say, what's with this empire sending tieflings out? Like, why are they always tieflings?
No. I am trying to get the tieflings help to go after the empire because
Right.
the empire is trying to kill me. Remember, they hired Rodrigo to kill me.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess
The
it's
place I'm
just-
from.
Well, what did you send to these tieflings? Did you send?
A letter.
Well,
I sent them a letter asking for, saying that I could have the inside knowledge, that I could help.
oh.
that I could, assist in,
So they're like rebels.
taking him down. Yes.
So when you say stopping the empire,
Yes.
right? Like you're like,
Hmm.
who are you trying to kill? You're like the empire. That's like kind of a broad. Is it-
Basically, the entire government.
Are you
like
stopping them? from-
Congress, like
Yes.
senators.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, who? Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
Are they actively out
I'm-
there doing something?
like
to
local
stop them?
representatives.
what?
How
I'm
many
sorry.
people
Like
we
school
going?
boards.
Yeah, where do we stop?
I mean, as deep as we need to go. I'm ready to
Every
pull
department.
down.
This gives me a
In City
dual
Hall.
concern.
I'm ready. I'm ready to pull down
Town
as
hall
many as
clerk?
I need to.
We're talking parks. We're talking the building department. We're
Parks
talking
and Recreation.
yeah,
I
health
You
and
know.
safety.
I mean, mostly, let's not, okay, that's, I mean, I'm sure, look, anyone who was involved, which is most likely the higher government and, those in charge of the military, who were either A, in charge of hiring Rodrigo to kill me, and B, slaughtering thousands of tieflings.
Ooh,
So then
That's who
definitely
I'm
the
after.
treasurer, because that's the guy who has the money. The comptroller, I
Right.
think, is what.
Right.
Correct. Yes, sure, the treasurer as well.
right.
I'm looking to basically just flatten the government.
Wow.
My line start. I'm happy to help if I can, but my line stops somewhere around school board. Like we
No,
just-
no school board. No school
Alright.
board. No.
Alright.
Unless there were evil people, unless we find out someone
superintendent.
in the
There's always
school
one.
board
Yeah.
that is not good, then we'll draw them out. Leave the school board alone, but get just the one person, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for
Okay.
sharing.
Yeah.
Sure.
That still just seems like a big group of people.
Maybe
If you had to
Oh.
ballpark it, we're talking what, like 300?
Well, this is why I'm like reaching out to like huge groups of tieflings, right? That we've hurt and that they have hurt and that they've worked against for tens of years. So if I can get their help, get them some inside knowledge, get in.
Is there like one person that you really just like?
maybe they can refine that, right? It just
Yeah. Like, is there just one like you're like, I need to get that guy?
Yeah, no. I mean,
Yeah, all of
whoever's
them.
whoever's now in charge of the military,
Okay.
sure. Military, the church. Let's
sounds like
Slash
it's almost the
prisons.
same, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Right. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's wild.
Well,
I
that's a
want to
tall
make sure
order.
that they don't harm anyone again.
Yeah, I mean that's noble. It's noble, but it's going to be hard to stop. Everybody from harming anybody again.
Not if we get
So-
a lot of, well, I mean, no, I mean, of course, there are going to be exceptions, right? But I mean, those in power now, bring
Yeah.
them down, take care of it.
Right.
Stomp out their life.
Right.
Whoa.
Sorry,
Okay.
that was a little.
That's- We're in a place of
I'm
worship,
getting-
Eliana.
I'm getting-
please.
I'm on board.
Little family walks by with the
Yeah.
Look
Trying to, like, protect their kids.
Stomp out their life.
Nice. Well, I hope that goes
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I hope that they.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hope
okay.
they have some time to, figure out exactly how to handle that. I mean, I know we're pretty far away, but I suppose if there's anything we can do here to help.
Sure. Well, I don't think there's anything that we can do here, but unless they're here, then hopefully they're not trying to kill me and I can talk to them.
Keep an eye
'Cause
out.
they
So if you
could
see
be-
me, if you see me suddenly disappear
Yeah.
and you don't know where I'm at and you can't reach me, I'm probably dead. Sorry.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I figure if we use the brain talk and you don't respond, then
Right, and
it's kind of a red flag.
Yeah. Well, it should be. But hopefully not. Hopefully it'll be fine. Are we going? Are
yeah.
we
So
we
just-
done
you
here?
know,
Just to be clear, you want us to be on the lookout for tieflings that
Right.
could either be here to kill you because
Yes.
they were, or they could be here because they're part of the rebels.
Correct.
And there's no way of knowing.
Nope. No way
So
of
then-
knowing.
When we meet with them and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're here to help you," we just have to believe them.
Yes. I mean, we can do. I mean, I have Zone of Truth. We have other
Right.
things that we can do. We can try to vet him, of course. I'm not saying that we should be like, oh yeah, we believe you,
Sure.
but you know, I mean, the good thing is they would probably only want to kill me, right? They have
Well,
nothing
it's good
against you.
news, but maybe silver lining.
Yeah.
It's just me
But-
who have slaughtered probably one of their relatives.
I think you'll be all right, but I do need to know, Ileana, if you do die, who gets your sauna?
Your spa. That's what we're. Yeah.
Oh,
that
Linux
was where I
gets it,
was.
of course. Linux, of
Oh,
course.
yes. I mean, I don't want you to die, obviously. I'm sure you're gonna. I joke because I'm sure you'll be fine. But also, it's good information.
Yeah.
The spa will be in good hands.
I will take care of it.
Oh, I know. Wow.
All right, Tieflin, look out. Starts now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you actually looking out for tieflings as you guys are growing around?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll keep a lookout.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, sure. So just go ahead and give me your an investigation check that's just going to hold between here and the back to the boat. I assume you're going back to the boat, right?
No.
I think so.
Oh, I rolled a 17 and Beans rolled an 8.
It's 19 for.
Okay. Ileana, you didn't roll, right?
No, I figured
Okay.
I rolled earlier. Do you want me to roll again?
Okay. You guys are heading. Yeah, you're heading back out so it'll be. That's fine.
That is a 19 total.
Okay, 19 total. Okay. With the information from Ileana, both Lennox and Jules noticed something that Ileana had noticed earlier, which made her, prompted her to bring this up with you. There seems to be an influx of tieflings in the city. It's not large, but it's an elven city. Dwarves and humans are like the next most populous races, and so noticing a handful more of tieflings than you have previously. However, with those checks, you don't see any of them like specifically staring at Ileana or your group. They don't seem to be doing anything shifty. There just seems to be more of them here.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mention that when we get back to the boat.
Okay.
I don't.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So you make your way back to the boat, and as you decide to, I don't know if you're going to debrief Derek on what you saw, but as you
I
all
think
gather
so.
together, we'll go ahead and take our break.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, I
nice,
know we're already here. I just wanted to keep it on time if it was fine with you
Oh,
guys.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll
Absolutely.
just take a quick 10-minute break so we can refresh our drinks, and we will be right back.
Bop, 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 bop.
Welcome back. I'm not going to blame anyone who's not here for the reason that we're always late from break, but it is noticeable that we turned up on time. So good job, people who were here. No, Stephen is usually one of the first ones back. He absolutely is. Okay. All right. So you make your way back to the boat. You can find Eric if that's what you are looking to do. Otherwise, if there's something else you want to accomplish, it is probably mid to late afternoon by the time you got to the temple, did your recon work, argued about tieflings, and then made your way back to the ship.
And I think the only big thing we have to do, I mean, ultimately, is go back to the temple tonight.
Yeah.
So, our ship in order, like our crew. I mean, everyone partied, but I think we have all that sorted with like HR things.
Yeah, Lurie's doing a good job as your humanoid resource manager. He's doing a lot of one-on-ones with Gregory per your request, as Gregory is your temporary assistant cook.
And Clifton is still alive.
Clifton is still currently alive. Yep.
Okay. So that was weird. Like the whole sandwich thing. Remember, he kept giving him sandwiches and then taking it away,
throwing them out,
and saying the sandwich is going to kill him or something like that. It's very psychologically damaging. What do you guys think Elzaris is doing right now?
I don't know.
Trying to bang your dad.
Yeah, right. I was going to make an uncle joke or something, but that's even
Okay, guys, it's been like a few months because that was super weird, right?
It was. Right, we can talk about it now.
Like how attracted she was to her dad.
There was a lot of hot talk before.
Steph, you're muted. So whatever argument you're trying to make.
I'm
is
sorry.
lost.
That's why no one was responding. She was attracted to her dad?
Yeah.
You
all were. You guys were all like, "Oh man, he's so hot."
You sat in the room with her, and you're both like,
"Oh, okay."
Yeah, you guys are like, "Oh, he's so hot."
So I get it. I mean, I was, I did try to.
I mean, you can think he's hot. That's fine. You're not his daughter.
That's a little awkward point, right? It was more.
I didn't quite pick up that she was attracted to him, though.
What?
Yeah.
That there's the sun. And that's over here's the ocean.
Lennox, please.
You didn't
Lennox.
notice.
I didn't notice. I mean, maybe I was too busy noticing other things.
She started like twirling her hair or something like that as soon as he like popped up. It was like, "We're gonna kill you."
I hope so.
Didn't she stop when she found out? Didn't she stop once she found out that he was her dad?
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But I mean, like,
it just felt awkward. I understand, I suppose.
It felt weird. Okay.
If you don't know,
I mean,
you don't know.
Like, why wasn't he grossed out?
Sure.
Like immediately. Why wasn't he like, "Stop. Stop it right now"?
He was also trying to hide that he was her dad,
I gotta say that definitely outweighs.
And as a man, he probably thought he had the upper hand, and it was like, "Well, I can control the situation," blah, 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 and was like, like, yeah, "Oh, she's into me. Oh, of course she is." That's how he was. Remember, he was like, "Oh."
There could have been a better choice of words, though, Ileana. Better phrase, perhaps.
What do you mean? I mean, she was into him. He might have been into her. Who knows?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, if only we had our humanoid resources before.
I mean, sometimes we're all just into each other, right?
Not our dad.
That's always how it's
not our dad.
Well, I don't know. My parents died when I was younger, so I don't know these things.
But like, let's say she thought her dad died, right? Like, let's say there's this guy that's super hot, and he withheld that he was your dad for like even an hour.
Sure. They
Mhm.
traumatize them, really. I mean,
Yeah.
could you imagine she would have, if something would have happened and then like, oh, he's my dad.
Oops.
Oops, that's an understatement. Like, I mean, think of all of the doctors she'd have to see.
Yeah.
To talk about the situation, I mean.
The clerics.
Like, wait,
Shit,
what?
that's-
Are
Right.
you adding components to this, Ileana? What doctors?
like
We should have to-
therapists.
She'd have to speak to people.
Psychiatrists.
Right.
Hey.
You know, in
Not-
fact, I mean,
Not
You clarified after, like, I mean,
Not
I
OB.
mean
I-
therapists. And
I
was like,
don't. Well, don't they all do the same thing? I mean, I don't know how it works here, but I know that if we need to talk to someone back at the Empire, that we talk to someone, and then they usually like put us through some kind of like training regimen, and then we had to like not eat for a week and
Wait,
go
what
on
do
a
you mean? Like,
fast.
what do you mean? Like, what? Using a lot of vague terms besides not eating for a week. That's the most.
Sure.
So was it
Antibiotics.
Like, what would you report? That they were like,
doctor card?
Oh no, like if like after a battle, sometimes battles get a bit rough, right? Or
Yeah.
sometimes things happen in your life that you need to talk to someone about. So I
Yeah.
would go, and there was one time in particular that I was having a very difficult time coping with things. No thanks to some stupid human anyways. And so I went to talk to someone, and they
like who? So you have like
at the church. They sent me to the church.
with the prison.
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
got it. Yeah.
I actually stayed in the prison. They had me stay in a prison for the week. And while I kind of worked my shit out,
Wait, is it like a themed resort where like you get a week stay in a prison cell?
No.
Suite?
No, it was a prison cell.
So did you work out the battle, or did you work out being thrown in prison?
I worked out, it had nothing to do with the battle or the prison. It had to do with something not associated with those things.
Isn't that why you went and talked to the
Because
the
that's why I went to
church?
talk to them.
Because you were upset about the battle.
No, I was upset because of someone involved with the battle.
Have you processed it enough to share what happened?
Yeah,
We're so
many
curious
layers.
now.
Oh, it's nothing. I was
We're having a
engaged.
breakthrough right now.
I
This
was
is an
engaged
important
once.
moment.
It's fine. I was engaged once.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh. No,
Or did the
No.
church tell you to be engaged?
no, we
I
like
don't
each
know
other.
anymore.
Okay,
But
so that's, yeah.
yeah.
Lovely though.
I
It just went sideways.
oh, he left me.
Oh,
I'm
like
sorry.
he died, or he just like vamoosed?
No.
That'd be kind of
Well, I mean,
crazy if he died in
me-
battle and then
Let me put this
Just left.
differently.
It's
I
not
found
about
out that
it.
he was not telling me all the truth.
about
About
Just
what?
in
His
general.
life. His life.
Oh, was he married? Oh, there were so many people
was,
like
he,
that. I did
was
work
there
for.
another man or woman?
Two other ones, in fact.
Oh, so you
Wow.
So,
using you for
Yeah.
something then?
oh well, I thought that it was a one-on-one thing. He
Sure.
apparently did not.
Oh. Those miscommunications can be terrible. You don't get that started, in the beginning. I'm so sorry.
And so they threw you in prison because you were upset that he
No,
was.
no. What,
Were
right,
they like,
well, no,
oh,
they didn't throw
histrionics
me in
to get into
prison.
prison?
Yeah.
No, I was upset. I had trouble fighting afterwards. I was a bit sad after finding out. And I went to talk to someone, and they said the best way to work it out was just to stay in a prison for a week, to fast, no food, only water, and just to kind of think it out, sweat it out, hunger it out. And then
sweating
after
out.
the week was done,
Was-
I was done.
Was it hot?
Oh yeah, it was the middle of summer.
Ilion, are you okay? Is like did we actually
Is this a
did
regular
you-
thing? Like,
How
I'm
do you
okay now.
like just talking about it? You're doing okay?
Oh sure, if I ever see him again, I'll kill him.
Because of the cheating, or because you had to go to prison because you were upset?
No,
that
no,
he
no,
cheated?
no. It was my choice. They did. I mean, well, not really my choice. They said that was the best solution. So I went away for a week, came back, he was gone, and it was
Had
okay.
a little cleanse.
Yeah.
oh,
Okay,
all right.
Lennox. Uh,
I mean, some things are falling into place for me. I think I might need a minute.
and this wasn't a tiefling.
Oh no, it was human.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, they would have killed me if I had a thing with a tiefling at the time.
Oh.
But didn't you? With Rodrigo? I thought it was heavily implied.
That's
Just the energy was there.
that's
Right.
that's cute. That's very cute.
There's
Um,
an aura.
no, that's I don't know where he got that. I don't. No, of course not. I mean, it was
No,
it was against the rules. We couldn't.
Oh, yeah. Can't
I'm
break the
not
rules.
I'm just having a moment of concern being a tiefling. This isn't, there's no element of this that's like a revenge against your people thing, or like, oh, I shouldn't do that.
You're not
I'm
objectifying.
not supposed
Lennox,
to
are
do
you?
that,
That's
right?
what
Wait, there's no element of what?
objectification.
Because I'm tiefling and that's against the rules.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's like when your dad doesn't want you dating a bad boy, so you
Right,
go get a bad boy.
exactly.
Well, okay. So I will admit that at first there probably was like a little bit of restricted, right? But it's not anymore, Lennox. It's fine. No, of course not. Not now. Hey, no.
It's I'm just gonna
Yeah.
process.
Okay.
This is your time. This is your time. I don't want to make it about me. Carry on.
Do you need me to make it about you? Do we need to? Okay.
I'm gonna gonna, gonna
Okay, bye, Jules.
yeah,
Nice. Yeah, I don't really have anything else I can. We got.
That was so much. Uh-huh.
Ileana's revealing a lot tonight.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay. So you guys are back on the ship. I will say, if you fill Derek in on anything that you saw, he will confirm for you that it sounds pretty standard. Remind you that he has truly never studied under anyone who believed in Kellenvor, because he came to the Isles the servant of a different deity, but after he died, he adopted Kellenvor. He had done some research and adopted Kellenvor. So he will offer to, if you need help, he's not sure what your plan is, but if you need help planning outfits, he also is said he could
Okay.
teach you a chant. Of course, he's I've never heard them done, so it's gonna be sight reading,
What?
but he's willing to teach you some if you're trying to go in disguise. But yeah, he said nothing that you described seemed out of the ordinary. Did you have any questions for him now that you've seen the space though?
Oh, if he knows anything about that gold dagger.
Mm,
Is that like a thing? Is that like what like the fucking narcs get? I don't know. Like the
that's actually a pretty good roll. He will tell you that that it is the mark of a champion of Kalimdor.
and then I'm gonna say, okay, like in relation to you, Derek,
Mm-hmm.
what are you a champion of Kalimdor, or are you just like some fucking guy?
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm working towards it, but no dagger here. Mm-mm.
Okay, so that guy can like
He can-
scrap. That
yeah.
guy can probably scrap. Okay.
Probably.
All right. Well, really quick, I want to, before we go to the temple, I want to go see if I can buy some non-lethal poisons.
Yeah, we can absolutely get that done for you. So I feel like you, Jules, don't need to roll to find anything really in the city like that. You know of an alchemist who, can give you some poisons that induce sleep or will induce kind of like repose, that kind of thing. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Sleep would be great.
yeah. How many do you want?
6.
6. All right, give me 1 second, and I will tell you how much that's worth.
Okay. Or it's cheaper to get scrolls of sleep.
There's
Oh, okay.
1 week in the brig.
Whichever is cheaper.
I'll-
Whichever is more cost.
yeah, I mean the potions would probably be more expensive simply because it doesn't take a spellcaster to use them on
Yeah.
somebody, but the spell would the spell would take an action where we have made it giving someone a potion as a bonus action. So it's
That's
kind of
true.
up to you if you want
No,
action
we'll get the
economy.
potion. We'll get the potions.
Okay.
I think it'll be easier.
Mm.
They can't. But once it's in their mouth, I think that's
It's
Yeah,
over.
there-
no more
yeah.
saving throw.
Yeah, it's because the spell could be counterspelled. So all right, let me. I don't cost. Yeah, go right ahead.
So what are the basements like?
Oh, so Derek will tell you that, from what he's read, most of Kellenbor's temples have at least one subterranean space. Typically where a lot of their sages and clerics will do rituals and things. Sometimes in the bigger cities, it will act as a sort of like a jail cell, a holding cell, if you will, until someone finds justice, because they are sort of a warrior class of
Ileana would totally
just-
just kind of like look at Linux and Jules and be like, raise an eyebrow.
mhm. But yeah,
Jail
he's
cells in the basement
mhm.
of a church.
Oh, face is red. There you have it.
Yeah, you got us.
Oh, would it be possible if I have the evening to head to the university? I'd like to both see if anyone there has any insights on if it's possible to cast magic in a non-lethal way. A way to blunt a particular thing, even if there's like some negative to it or something, and to talk to those people about the theories on extinction. If they're
Oh,
around.
sure. Yeah. Okay. So which one are you starting with one of those, or are you sort of asking for both of them at the same time?
I'll probably start with the non-lethal magic, since I want to honor as best I can.
Okay, sure. Yeah, absolutely. So they point you to a section of the library that indicates that it's easier with lower level spells than it is with higher level spells. and that there's an element of chance to it, much more so than, say, trying to stunt a blow, like a melee blow, right? Because magic is built to do magic in a certain way. So, but you can certainly try to do it, and depending on the level of the spell, it'll be harder or easier to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Same thing if it's a single target versus an area of effect.
Oh,
So,
okay.
So after you find that, you take a look around, and you have like a vague memory of who you talked to, but really you can remember what they look like, not their names or
That
anything.
sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just
don't have
poking
to.
around, and you ask someone like, "Hey, I was talking to some guys about this sort of theory," and they're like, "Oh yeah, you need to head to these guys in this office." And you get sent to a smaller office where two adjunct professors have been, like, it's slightly bigger than a closet. And the two gentlemen that are in there, you recognize immediately as the two wizards that you had spoken to at the party. They, shake hands. Can you make, or what is your passive perception?
A 20.
A 20? Okay, yeah. You easily sort of like take a quick glance at the door before you walk in, where they wouldn't notice. And you do remember now that their names were Jacob and also Jacob.
Oh, nice. Jacob. Yeah. And I'll try and,
Yeah.
the shit a little
They're
and then
like, "Oh my God, Lennox, yes. You found us. We're so glad. We have wicked headaches. Can we get you a drink? Sit down?
Sure. And I'll hang out, so I'm not just like, give me your info.
Yeah, absolutely. So, did you bring anyone else with you, or did you go by yourself?
If anyone saw, I would let everyone know where I was going. If anyone wanted to come with me, I'd be fine.
I'll go hang out with the Jacobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ileana would go just to not be like.
Yeah. So Jules, you know them pretty well. They were a grade and 2 grades ahead of you, but ran in the same circles and everything.
Yeah.
A little, a little
Couple of
nerdy.
nerds. Yeah.
Couple of nerds. But after a little while, if what you wanted to do, Lennox, was bring up those theories that you had discussed the night before at the party.
Thinking about these.
Yeah. So the elder of the two that has like a darker swath of hair that he has like tied back, will get up excitedly and be like, yeah, man. Let us kind of show you what we're thinking. We've only done some of this in sort of a practical application, but dude, we're happy to like give you a copy of our notes, and if you want to try it and get back to us and like what it did for you, we can collaborate a little bit. So he pulls out like this chalkboard with like scribblings all over it and pieces of like runes and paper and everything tied to it, strings. It looks absolutely crazy. Start to can I get an Arcana check from you, Lennox? And if anyone else wants to try and interpret what's happening, you can also make an Arcana check.
I would love to interpret what's happening.
Sure.
You know what? I'll do it for Steven too, just in case Derek went.
I'll wait to go last.
Okay.
An 18 for Ileana.
Ugh, a 10.
Wow.
boy.
And what'd you get there, Jules?
I got 24.
Woo.
What did you say, Dan? It was a 10?
It was a hot 10.
Yeah.
A hot 10.
Yeah.
The 10,
A
but
strong 10.
A 10.
Did you, while I'm looking up Derek's modifier, you don't want to use your thing, do you?
Me?
No, not you.
Oh.
No. Not you. Didn't roll a 10.
Oh, what? Which thing?
Do you want to use your DM inspiration?
Oh, that's a great idea. I would
oh
absolutely.
yeah.
And is that
Okay.
just a reroll?
It's just, you just get advantage on the roll. Or a third advantage if you already had advantage. Where is his? Arcana -1. I rolled really well for Steven, and yet he hurt himself.
No.
It's okay.
He hurt himself?
He hurt himself mentally. He's in the
What?
corner with like a brain freeze.
Yeah.
Arcana. And I'm so sorry, I missed what you had said, Dan.
It's
What
a
was your
13, just a little.
A
better.
13?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's what you needed to understand the base. So Derek rolled a 13 but had a -1.
Oh.
So
Oh, no.
it's going a little over Derek's head. But essentially what the theory is that there are different ways to pull resources from yourself to be able to cast additional spells outside of the normal casting that you can do at your level. So what it's essentially letting you do is they don't know what kind of tolls it will take on the body or how it will manipulate your magic, but it's steps to how you can cast, like if you're out of level 1 spells and you want to do another level 1, you can cast another level 1 and then something may or may not happen. So and it works for, there's no restriction on what spell level it is.
Oh, okay. Sounds so scary but fun.
Yeah. I just closed my thing. Let me open it one more time. They indicate to you some of the effects that they had encountered. So sometimes it seemed like if you were casting a higher level spell, sometimes a lower level spell would go off at the same time. Sometimes it manipulated the kind of damage that you were doing. Sometimes it would come back and they got hurt a little bit as you were doing something that was above and beyond. Occasionally, if it was like, it really took the wind out of you, it could cause some exhaustion. You know, there were some things that seemed to work out pretty well, like better than expected. So yeah, but that is a theory that they're working on. Okay.
Oh, that's incredible. I can't wait. Thank you for letting me be a part of this research.
Of
I'll
course,
absolutely
yeah.
try this.
Yeah, as long as you all, anyone that you you know, you can share it with, you've got to make sure they know our names. You know, they got to follow up with us, tell us if anything happens, because we're compiling for a grant on studying this.
All right. Do you have any business cards? What if I, come across?
Yeah.
Like, I really want to know about the Jacobs.
Yeah. Well, we can make some up. Yeah, we'll get it done right now. And you see them start to prestidigitate little cards together.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
I think a fat stack. Yeah.
Okay.
Jacobs.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'll be
We'll
like,
knock
hey,
on a
Jacob,
grant.
like, do you have your own place now? Or are you still with your parent? Like, how's everything going?
Well, yeah, I mean, I had moved into this new place, but like there was a lot of like noise and stuff. So I moved back in. But it's only temporary until my new place is up and running.
Yeah. How's your sister doing? She good?
She's fine. She's
I'm just...
married.
Good for her. Good for her.
Yeah, she seems happy. She's in Bogmaldeer. You can look her up next time you're there.
Meet up for drinks or something. Just tell everyone I say hi.
Will do. You too. Tell your family hi.
Of course.
All right. Anything else you want to ask this pair?
I love the way he answered the sister question. She's fine. Nothing else for me. I'm sorry. That was a blast. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. So now, you have that theory in your back pocket to use or not use in your discretion. All right. What else for this evening? It's probably around dinner time at this point. And Lashana said she would get, in contact with you. She knows where the boat is, obviously, because she spent time on the ship with you. So she seemed to indicate that she'll come to you on the ship later in the evening.
Should we nap before? Is this going to be an all night thing, do you think? Should we nap before?
Well, if we nap now, it's going to be 3 a.m. when we wake up.
That'll mess
So.
me up, right?
What? How long do you nap for? I mean, you're only supposed to nap for like 15, 20 minutes.
You know, I try it every time, but it's 3-4 hours later.
When I
before
lay
get
down,
up.
I'm out. Yeah.
Interesting.
I slept in quite
know-
a bit this morning. What?
Okay. I was going to say that they taught us that in the military. They
Oh.
they had us lay down for a nap, and then we only could sleep for 20 minutes before they tossed water in our faces, and then had us run 10 laps.
If you didn't wake up, did they throw you in jail?
Yes.
All right. Interesting. I don't want to visit.
It seems
your
like
house.
this, like if I had to make a flow chart of your just upbringing, it would just be like
Yes.
it would always end with go to jail
If
and
no,
no food for a
go to
week.
jail. Yeah. If yes,
Yeah.
go to jail.
I mean,
Well,
so dinner?
could we, Jules? Is there anything in the city that's it's known for food wise? Something nice before we go.
Nice.
Hi.
Um,
Doesn't have to be fine dining, but just something really good.
Yeah.
how many dollar signs do you guys want?
Out a tree.
3
I'd
tops.
say 3
3 out of 4,
Yeah.
right?
out of 4.
Yes.
I'm up for 4. But
Oh, well, that's you said nothing fancy. I would say that 4 stars out of 4 stars
if
would
it's
be fancy.
fancy, it doesn't have to be fancy. If it just has to
Okay.
be really nice. If
Okay,
it's really
but
nice,
like no dress code, right? We don't want a dress code.
fuck
Right.
that.
No.
Fuck that.
No.
Okay. Yeah, there's a great sashimi place.
Oh, I haven't
down.
had that in so long.
Right.
I miss living by the ocean. All right, let's let's go. Lead. Oh, wait, my can I ask? Is your family here? They asked about your family. You know, I imagine, of course, have parents. Do you have any siblings or anything, Jules?
Oh yeah. I've quite a few.
Really? Big family?
Yeah. I mean, not like big, you know. There are people, you know, I have 3 brothers,
Oh.
2 older, 1 younger, and yeah, they scattered around.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of keep to themselves. They just kind of work on a farm and
Really?
do their own
So
thing. Yeah.
not you're the only artificer of the bunch?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like they know how to blacksmith and stuff, but
Wonderful.
yeah, I'm the only one who went to higher education. So
Lovely. Lovely.
yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty boring, you know. It's
That's really
healthy.
impressive.
That's nice
I
to
never
know.
went to prison.
It's hard to live up, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
No, it's really
when-
it's impressive that you got an education. I didn't
Thanks.
have anything past, you know, primary.
and look how well you've done.
Right.
But you're
Self-made.
obviously you probably know so much more than I do.
Well, I don't mean
Yeah, you
who's
do.
just who's
You
to
do.
quantify.
Go ahead. Own it, Jules. Own it.
Who's-
You know a lot.
Who's to quantify
I'm here to say
know,
you know a lot,
our-
Jules.
our ability?
You and Linux are very smart.
Yeah, like
Linux, did you go to university?
did Lennox or did I?
Yeah, Linux. Did you go to higher education, Linux?
Oh no, folks didn't take too kindly there in my city to Tieflins either, and I just had my mother who didn't really care for me much either. So just put myself through some regular school, survived that, and then started doing the investigatory work. People seem to think that would be my thing, living in the dark and such. So made use of it, pretty good with it. So
Well, you're very smart.
You are too, Ileana. You know, don't
Hey.
sell yourself short.
Oh,
You know things.
Sure.
You knew that there was a prison inside of the church.
right.
I mean, it's more
That
common
is-
than you think.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. The churches are great places.
really don't like deities. I don't know if I mentioned that, but
I
really
well, I
not a
mean,
fan.
obviously, I struggle myself, Lydic. So
Nice.
I
I think they should mind their business, personally, but
Yeah.
kind of agree. Because of course I don't mean that.
Torm. Torm.
except Torm, of course.
Oh,
You need a code word or some
Oh,
phrase.
benevolent.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I'll go get some.
Are there any tieflings following us?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna check too if that's okay.
25.
Say
25.
20, no,
28.
17.
17.
17 for
Okay.
Ileana, yeah.
And I'm sorry, what was
Oh,
yours, Lennox?
28. This time.
28.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, so Lennox and Jules notice a very dark purple skinned tiefling that is hooded like in one alley, just sort of watching you walk into the restaurant.
Hmm.
And both of you sort of like turn towards the group. And as you turn back, just to verify, you don't see them at all. They're gone. You did notice someone looking.
Was there anyone else in the alleyway?
It didn't seem to be. No, you barely caught in the corner of your eye that there was a figure at all. It was
Okay.
just like a shift of dust around like a little bit of light that
So I've never had this sashimi that what do you
What?
we're going to.
Oh, right, the ocean. You all hate the ocean.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Ileana, I don't envy your upbringing. It sounds kind of like a bummer
That's
at times.
Yeah, I mean, we had fish occasionally, but usually they had to go through rigorous cleansing processes in order to be edible.
Such as,
hey, what?
I don't know.
What's
I
What's
never
wrong with
asked.
your ocean?
was it just full of mercury? Like what?
I don't think that there was anything wrong. As
Oh,
far
like
as the fish
religious
go.
rituals, like making it kosher.
Well, yes, and they also thought the ocean was unclean.
Oh.
I mean, it's a
I mean,
big
as
toilet.
Fen described
so-
it, right? Large toilet. Oh, I don't know. A mental message while we're saying that, I'll just, put out that. Not knowing
Yeah.
if anyone else saw.
Well, excuse me. I'll just like jog up and like, hey, come back. We're cool.
you don't hear anything or see anything new
I promise we're cool.
in the
Come get-
alleyway.
Join us for dinner.
As your friends stand outside what looks like a pretty trendy little spot, nice, but not overly fancy. The sign that says now you sashimi.
No, you don't.
I love it.
It's not just a Nobu. It's not just
No, it's not. No, not Nobu.
Amazing.
Alright.
This is lovely.
Alright. Yeah. Let's
take
go
it.
have a little. Yeah.
So what's the cooking process with this fish? How do they cook it?
Oh.
You sweet summer child. It's cooked with their eyes. They just
Right.
they prepare it very delicately.
Well, they have like fire that comes out of their eyes. They can heat things with their eyes to
Oh,
cook it.
No, it's a cold meal. It's gonna be a cold meal.
How do they cook it if it's so they cook it earlier and then they chill it?
No.
It's just chilled. It's just chilled.
Just wait till
Where
it
do-
comes
where
out
does-
and
Okay,
take
okay,
it
got it.
in
Okay,
out
okay.
your eyes and such.
I will put aside
We'll
my
show you.
reservations for this weird cooking process that I don't understand, and we'll just accept it and try it.
It's gonna be like eating butter almost.
Aye, it's so smooth.
Okay. What's butter?
Oh my god.
You've had milk.
Okay, so you know that
alright.
milk you love?
Yeah, it's an even tastier version of milk that you can put all over food to make that even tastier.
Oh.
Oh my god.
It's milk
Goodness.
2.0.
You know, like when we go to like a nice restaurant and they give us
Yeah.
bread, and next to the
Yes.
bread is like that white cube
Yes.
that Derek tries to eat. Just
Yes.
He
It's
licks
so-
it incessantly.
great-
It's just like, yeah.
Pre-dinner mint.
That's
Oh,
butter.
that's butter.
That's butter. Yeah. That's probably
Okay.
why you've never had it, is because Derek always licks it
Looks
as soon as
so
we sit down.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then it's just his
Okay.
like his fur on his mouth is
It's-
just white for the rest of the night.
And greasy.
Like
And like
yes.
matted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm hungry.
Oh, right.
All right.
All right. So you settle into a lovely sashimi dinner. Of course, it makes Derek so delighted to have fish.
Mm.
But yeah.
Does Derek get addicted to fish? Like, is
It's a
that a thing that
chemical,
happens
yeah.
to tabaxis?
Oh no.
Yes,
So
please.
fun. He seems really into it. In fact, he's like trying to convince you all that we need to get like to go
go.
orders of everything that you just had so you can have it again right before you go into the temple tonight.
Is he gonna like refuse to eat anything except tuna now?
Who knows?
Fantastic.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's getting dark, and you expect
Mm.
Lashana will be back in meet you in about an hour.
No tieflings join us for dinner.
Nope.
I'll tell the waiter we're expecting another.
Okay.
You know?
And they keep checking in every time they swing by,
Yeah.
like, oh, have you heard from him?
No.
Okay. On your way home, can I get perception checks from everybody?
Oh, Jesus.
18.
18,
20 for Ileana.
20,
I'll roll for beans.
2. Okay.
8 for beans.
An 8 for beans. Okay. Yeah, with those rolls, you notice no one's looking at you. But also you notice you don't see another tiefling in sight besides Lennox.
Oh. Notice that like seen tieflings all day. Maybe it's not right. Maybe I'm just being a bit paranoid now. I haven't seen one on our
No.
whole trip home. And
Right. You're right. Yeah.
maybe because they're
it
spotted,
is-
they're being careful.
It's a strange difference.
Is it like weirdly quiet too? Is it
I
like
mean,
weirdly
there's
quiet?
some people around because it's it's the second night of the weekend, and so but it is kind of a quieter night than you would expect. Yeah.
If
Looking at a fucking another flash mob.
Feeling a little having some trouble breathing a bit.
oh, is it gas?
I'm gonna
I,
pat your back.
Oh,
I don't know. I
okay.
think I might have swallowed a whole fish accidentally.
What? Where were their whole?
How? Where'd you get the whole fish?
Well, not a whole fish, but there's a whole piece of sashimi and it was so smooth that
Yeah.
I just swallowed, and the entire thing. went
You
into
didn't
my
use your
stomach.
teeth at all.
Oops!
No.
Down it goes.
There There- There wasn't
Thankfully,
enough
she
time
doesn't use
to.
her teeth.
There
Enough
wasn't.
time.
Mm.
Not anymore. I've learned.
Oh.
Anyways, I put it in my mouth, and the next thing I know, it's in my stomach. I don't know.
Zero chewing.
Zero.
You just skip
I
that
mean,
step.
I chewed for the rest of it, but that one just kind of slipped right on down. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't get a stomach ache. You think
I
I'm
hope
gonna get
not.
sick?
I
Maybe.
think you'll be fine. I think
Okay.
you'll be fine. I've seen you drink blood. I think you'll be okay.
Right. Yeah. You can handle that.
Oh, maybe
You can handle a
Blood?
little salmon.
it is supposed to help digestion. Maybe
Oh, milk?
there's no way. There's no way.
Please do not drink milk
No.
right now.
No, I mean
please.
blood.
Oh.
Blood. The drinking of the blood
Oof.
is supposed to help with
I
your
don't know that that's
digestion.
much better.
Is it?
But I don't know
believe
where I
you.
could get blood at the sour.
Did the
I-
church tell you
I
that?
straight up don't believe you, Eliana. I think you're making that up. I think you're lying to my face. I think
You're
you're
pushing
lying. I
this
think
blood
you're
on us.
just-
Yeah, yeah. I swear it's good. You gotta try it.
You have a blood drinking agenda that you're trying to push on
Oh,
us.
it's like essential oils, but blood. Like here
Yeah.
we got our sage blood and our rosemary blood. This helps with sleep.
Yeah. No, it does not help us sleep. You shouldn't drink it before bed.
Oh, right. I'm just gonna call out if any of you are following us, it's probably a good time to talk with us.
Yeah.
We're friendly like, unless you're
It's
not.
so quiet. There's nobody around.
Right. I mean, who
It'd
knows
be a
when we're
real
leaving
shame
court?
if someone jumped out of the shadows.
Nice.
Uh, and as the four of you make your way back to the ship,
Hmm.
being a little weird about it, you seem to make it back without any incident. No one seems to approach you. But you do see on the deck of the ship, now that it's, at about 11 o'clock, you see Lashana standing on the deck waiting for all of you.
Hi.
Not impatiently,
Sure.
just,
Yeah.
Wonderful party.
good. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was a real rager. Didn't really expect it to get that big, but glad
Yeah.
everyone had a good time.
Yeah.
Everyone
Have you
except
ever
Derek.
Wow. And you see Derek say, no, I did what I wanted to do.
So,
And then you see him
don't-
like look off.
Yeah. Yeah. He had a good time. He did. Yeah. He made his own decisions.
I think it's
Lashana,
worth it.
have you ever swallowed a piece of sashimi whole?
uh like a smaller piece, I guess, but I usually like to enjoy my food but before I just swallow it.
Well, it just kind of went down there without me even realizing, but it's fine. It's okay. I just was
Oh.
wondering if you had the experience, but
Mhm.
it's okay.
Ileana, you seem kind of stuck. Like, are you sure you're okay? You seem kind of freaked out about eating a slice of fish.
It's fine.
Oh.
It's okay. I'm just feeling a little butterflies in my stomach, so I'm not really. I don't know if it's indigestion or
Little
you
fish
know.
in your belly.
Yeah, maybe it turned into a real fish. No, Lennox.
Maybe all the
please.
pieces went together and it's a magic fish.
Take a
Lennox,
prince.
I'm not a
Still in a fishing
child.
bowl.
Lennox.
You're not a child. Don't throw her in prison, Lennox.
Right? Oh, what week in prison?
God.
You turned 3. Now you've done it.
Oh, you put your children in prisons too here?
Oh. No, time
Only
out,
for their
baby.
birthdays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure. That feels like it was a bridge to a previous conversation. I'm not going to ask
Okay.
what was going on.
Yeah.
I did want to chat a little bit about how we want to approach this. I'm happy to go in either way. I have a disguise for me. I can give any of you a disguise as we go in, if that's something you'd like. But do you want to go in stealthily and try and make our way to where it's being kept without being seen? Or do we just want to go in and try and sedate anyone we can see as quickly as possible?
I think a little bit of both, right? Like,
Hey. Don't
if you
you
see
like?
someone, just give them a little sleepy juice.
I feel like we should try to go in stealthily if we can, but I'm not really sure how good our group is at stealth.
That's fair. Well, I probably should have sent you out to the temple today so you could have familiarized yourself with the layout.
Oh, we did go to the temple.
Oh, did
Yeah.
you? Oh,
Yes.
thank you. I just was a little hungover. Wasn't really thinking about it.
Sure. There are lots of
so-
plaques there.
You studied all the plaques.
I should
Great.
mention
Uh-huh.
that I have a spell, greater invisibility, and it's a little better because if you get hit or you're doing stuff, you're attacking. Yeah, hopefully not attacking, but it doesn't break the invisibility. It only lasts 1 minute. Don't know like how useful.
Yeah.
That would be, but there.
I have the ability, I believe, to polymorph most of us into smaller things.
Yeah.
if that's helpful. Well, since you're familiar with the space, obviously the guards are around the clock. You'll see 2 guards at the front, so we'll have to decide if we can take them out quickly and quietly so that the other guards aren't alerted. Then there's going to be a guard on each balcony, and we have reason to believe there's got to be some sort of extra protection on the balcony on the right-hand side of the temple, because underneath the base on which the guard stands is actually a door to the lower catacombs.
Yeah, there's 2 guards.
2 additional guards.
They're invisible. And
That's good
I'll
information.
explain exactly where they are.
Yeah. Good to know. And did they look? I assume you told her that the one had the dagger and the other one didn't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they looked, if I was to describe them, distressed, as if they smelled something kind of rotten.
Oh,
Every
Oh,
night
no.
of drinking
They were-
it is definitely.
I see.
Hmm.
Hmm.
They seemed to be struggling to hold in their lunch when we were there. I don't know if it was something they ate
The-
or.
The invisible ones? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
It was something they ate, something Lennox ate.
Mm.
I don't know what. Lennox basically walked over there and then just kind of like, just
Oh,
almost threw a fart at them.
right,
It
right.
can-
Alex, there was nowhere for it to go but up.
Mhm.
Renee.
Just
But yes,
testing their
they're-
skill.
They seem to be just the regular guards, what I can tell.
Well then, good to know. I guess we'll just do we want to go in as members of the cloth, or are we just going to try and go in under stealth and invisibility?
I
Mm.
think
Mm.
invisibility personally.
Right.
No, I don't.
No, mind you, I just have
Or some of us could go in.
Hmm.
In cloth. You
Well,
know.
polymorphed if that you offered that. If we had one person invisible, to try and deliver a potion or something. Well, I guess we don't know
Yeah.
if they can see.
I don't have anything to help with like
Yep, and
Uh,
Derek.
stealth or anything, or disguising myself.
I can do 3 others along by myself in polymorphs. Unfortunately, that leaves one person out.
there-
I mean,
Were there any windows?
There were some like skinny sort of, I wouldn't call them stained glass because they
Mm.
weren't, they were clear, but they were like textured.
Nothing that can like
glass,
open.
yeah.
That would be like
Didn't
like
seem to be, yeah.
typical church
Mhm,
windows.
mhm,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
It sounds. I mean, I guess our objective initially is to get over to that back corner with the invisible guard, so we can get down below the side that does not have the gold dagger, Parson. Does that sound right? If we're looking to sneak through.
yeah.
So if we're invisible, I mean, we're gonna have to do something and engage at that point. I don't know if we can do it quietly enough for no one else to notice.
I'll be honest, I don't know if the left-hand side has a passage the way the
Oh.
right-hand side does. It might be why it's more
Right.
guarded.
That makes sense. Well,
I think
sounds-
what we should do
I-
is I can turn invisible. Lennox can also turn invisible.
Oh, wait just one moment here.
Okay.
I might have something that could help. I
we
think.
can't just throw him in prison, Eliana.
It's
Wait,
not.
wait.
Is
No,
Oh,
that the truth? Is it Gust?
I have my new cloak. The cloak of items.
Oh,
It has invisibility on it for an hour.
Oh,
oh, all right. Is that the regular invisibility where if you attack or you
Yes,
get
it's
hurt?
the
it
regular
goes-
That's the same one I have.
invisibility, correct.
But that's
yeah.
good because it lasts for an hour.
Because I have that.
so why don't we do this? Lennox, how many times can you make someone else invisible?
That one is a fairly high spell. I can probably do it a couple of times, maybe up to 3 if I absolutely had to, but it pulls away from some other things I can do. So
Yeah.
I'd say twice if that works.
Well, whatever we do, we have to get in there. We have to I have these potions that we can force feed the invisible guys. I have a feeling like they're not going to stay invisible once we give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to quickly open the latch, get them in there, and then hopefully nobody else will think anything is wrong. So I think as long as we don't fuck with the other 4 guys and only knock out the 2 invisible ones, we should be fine.
I think they're on separate sides too, right?
Yes.
So we might only have to deal with the one that's on top of the stars that we need. Because the other one will be busy on the other platform. They're pretty far away.
You're muted, Victoria.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, there is one that is on top of the platform that we need to get under that is not invisible. It's on the opposite side of the church than his counterpart. And the ones up front can't be seen by the ones in the temple.
Well, I think we definitely don't miss the 2 on the outside of the temple. I think we leave those 2 alone.
As long as we can sneak by, yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we have someone dress up in the outfit, and then the other 3 people or 4 people go invisible, or 2 can go invisible and 2 can be polymorphed, along with, I don't know, can beans be polymorphed? I don't know.
Could you put the cloak on Beans?
Oh, so Beans could be invisible?
I could.
Can he be quiet enough underneath there?
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
He's not disruptive. I'll have to look it up.
All right. So 2 with greater invisibility, I think, or Ileana's invisibility. How many do you have, Ileana, by the way? Is that just one?
Just
sticker?
once, and then sometimes I get it back, sometimes I don't the next day.
Oh, interesting. All right.
I mean, it should work. It just says a creature.
Hmm.
As far as I know, it should work.
Because you can have Beans not attack, worst case
No, Beans-
scenario, right?
Yeah, beans.
And then he'll stay invisible and be able to help without being detected.
It's true. But Ileana, did you want to be invisible or did you want to be polymorphed?
I don't guess it matters.
So what's your preference?
I mean, I guess I would kind of like to use my cloak.
Okay, so
Then
let's
use your
polymorph
cloak.
beans.
Yeah.
Okay,
Beans
so I'll be
doesn't count as-
invisible. Yeah,
Will it work on Beans? Let me double check.
it should. This is a creature.
If it doesn't, then we can try I can give him my cloak.
Do you have a preference, Jules, on being invisible? Right, you want to be because you've got the potions.
Yeah, I should be invisible, and also that way I can still cast spells.
All right. Now it's just 1 minute, and I know that's like half the time is getting up probably over to where we need to be back there.
Yeah.
We'll have to be. But let me know if that doesn't feel like enough time too. Don't
Wait,
really
yours is only a minute?
It's 1 minute because you can do anything and it doesn't break the invisibility.
Oh, I can make myself invisible.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's nice.
I'm really quickly going to cast some stuff on myself.
So
Like when we're outside of it, I'm gonna.
Okay.
before you do that, before we all go in, look, I have this thing in my inventory in my bag here it's an affirmation box. I think we should all take an affirmation, and that way it will help us kind of like pump us up to get this done, right? So I'm going to hand each of you an affirmation, and that will really get us ready to go,
Sure,
right?
sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. She'll give
Okay.
one to Linux.
I will not
Linux
go to
says-
prison this week.
No,
Sure.
Linux says I will work on seeing only the positives and block out the negatives of life.
This doesn't seem healthy, Liana. Like,
Oh,
He's
I
gonna
thought-
give one.
I thought you
gonna
were gonna
give-
like affirmation. I thought you were gonna like hand us something that says like, "Oh, you have beautiful eyes." Like, I
No,
thought-
that's nope. And hand
Okay.
you hand Jules an affirmation that says, "I am courageous, willing to act despite my fears." And then we'll have hand LaShawn an affirmation that says,
Mhm.
"I will not stress over things I cannot control."
That feels
And then Ileana's affirmation is, "I trust myself to make the best decision for me."
Wonderful.
All right.
I
He's
will
just gonna
say,
be there
Di-
like pawing at your leg.
yeah.
What's Derek's and
Oh.
Beans?
And Derek decided to come with you at this point, so he's like trailing
Oh,
behind.
nice.
Okay. Okay. So Beans is, "I can do anything that I set my mind to."
Nice.
And Derek says, "I have been given endless talents, which I utilize every day."
You're happy until that one.
Ileana, will you just roll a charisma check for me, please? Straight
Okay.
charisma check.
Oh, that is a 16 total.
Okay, 16 total. I will say that those were so affirming that your next roll on either a skill check or an attack will be at advantage. Everyone gets one.
Great.
So
Oh,
Wow.
nice. Okay, thank you.
you feel fully affirmed.
Let's go. Let's do this.
I'm fully
Okay.
affirmed right now. I've got like 6 hours. That's
Okay.
6 hours.
I'm going to write this down so I don't forget because I know it'll carry over into next week.
Yeah, we're fully
Jules is regular invisible or greater?
Regular,
Okay.
but it lasts for an hour.
Invis, so 1 hour. We're polymorphing Beans, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you want him to be?
Whatever everyone else is going to be.
Oh,
Right.
Lashana
Hmm.
will say I just kind of like being a bat. They're really cool and like I can both fly and be small. So
Mm.
but if you don't want to be a bat, I'm happy to do whatever you guys want because it's a separate spell for me.
It's fine being a bat. I'll ask him. He'll say it's fine.
Okay.
Mm,
All right.
nice.
So Beans will also be a bat. Ileana's going to use her cloak, correct?
Yes, which is regular invisibility.
Regular, and that's for an hour, right? Or is it more
Correct.
than okay, 1 hour? Lennox, are you being polymorphed or are you going invisible?
Be polymorph because mine won't last long enough.
Okay. Do you want to be a bat or do you want to be something else? She's happy to
I'm
give
going
you
with
whatever
bat.
you need.
That sounds,
Bat. Okay. All right. Team bat.
Hmm.
Does Derek have any way to go invisible? I don't know. Let's see here.
I thought Derek was going to be polymorphed. I assumed.
If it's between
Yeah.
Derek and I, Derek can be polymorphed, and I can look through.
No, he can also be polymorphed, but I'm wondering if he wanted to actually go in invisible, if he had the ability to do it, So he has more control of the situation.
Hmm.
But he does not have any form of invisibility, I don't think. So I guess he too will be polymorphed into a bat. And I will let Stephen, if that is incorrect, if he did have a way to be invisible, I'll let him retcon it. Okay, so what do we think? Team Bat, are we in their pockets or are we going to try and like fly in and meet them up in the balcony?
I think if you guys fly in, it would make a good distraction
Right.
for the invisible
Mm.
people.
Right. I will
Sure.
go. I,
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just kind of like fly around and
And then
be
just
a-
like perch.
yeah, perch at some point and then wait for you to do what you're just going to poison the guards that are invisible, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay, and then what's the plan with the one that's standing on the way down?
That's the one with the golden dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have enough poison for him too.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Lennox do the poisoning though, because Lennox can actually do stuff.
Well, Lennox is gonna be a bat.
Oh, Lennox is gonna be bad.
Okay, well, I don't have a regular invisibility. I guess if I can get one, then I'm happy to go and try and do that.
Oh, did you? Oh, are you invisibilitating yourself or are you polymorphing yourself? Okay.
Neither. I don't have a regular invisibility. I was gonna be polymorph, but if I don't know if Derek or benefactor here, I don't know, I can't remember her name.
Shauna.
Shauna.
Thank you. Has invisibility, regular invisibility. I'd ask them. I do if you have.
She does, but she has to concentrate on polymorph for everybody else, so she
Oh.
can't.
Did you
Right.
need to be invisible,
later.
Linux? Did you need to wear the cloak and I can polymorph?
I guess so. If that works, that way I can.
Sure.
If there's two of us delivering potions at the same time, I think that'll work a little better than.
Sure. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. And she'll
Okay.
give Linux her cloak. I'll get polymorphed. I don't
Okay.
have a way to polymorph myself, but if
Okay. Yeah,
Mm.
Lashana will be happy to polymorph you. Would you also like to be a bat, or do you want to be something else?
batch sounds fine.
Great.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, really, there's only two other things we need to plan out. One, I don't know how you're planning on getting the poison into the invisible guards' mouths, but they are about 2 feet up off the ground, and there's
Mm.
only enough room on that little step for one person. So you'll need to think through how you're going to get that to them, since they'll be about 2 feet ahead of you.
You know, what if we poison the one with the dagger first? When they collapse, if it works and they collapse, surely that other one will come down. Or so I imagine. Maybe not surely, but
Yeah,
come
you
down. Like,
should
what's
actually.
going
It's a good
on?
idea.
Okay.
I don't know about the
And-
one on the other side though, or if we need to
Oh,
worry
right.
about them.
Well, I guess the bats can try and run interference if he notices and goes that direction, right? Okay.
Great idea.
And then I guess the other thing is, obviously, Jules, I know you're able to see them when they're invisible, but Lennox, you can too.
I can't. I'd probably have to go for the one that with the golden dagger.
I see.
Yeah. I don't
Sure.
have
Well, that makes
anything.
sense. As long as Jules can get to both of the invisible ones and you get the one that is visible, that would.
You
That
feel
would seem to
confident
work.
with that, Jules?
Sure, I'll try.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ileana, Derek, do you want to have some sort of signal to the other bats that you want me to drop polymorph?
That's a good. I was just thinking how good it would be if bats were poisonous. You know, we could just right into their neck
Mm,
and they'd be done.
that would be great. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Always with the drinking blood.
Is Ileana a vampire?
If only we were vampiric bats.
Oh, yeah. There's a this isn't the time. I don't know. What do you what can bats do? Should we like wave our wings 3 times? No, that's flying. We have to do that when we fly. Should we
You can
run
poop.
into a wall?
Just
Yes.
drop some guano and you're good.
Why
You
don't you
see-
just tap your nose with your wing twice?
Oh.
Or that.
Yeah,
Like a
that
dab.
makes sense. And you see Derek as he's like approaching like a street light, and he's like trying to like make like the shape of a bat, like as if that was going to be his suggestion, and then realize that seems
Yeah.
more reasonable. Comes
sounds
back
good.
a little defeated.
It signaled to other bats.
Mhm.
Tap your nose twice.
Mhm. Now, if I see it from one of you, unfortunately, I have to drop it for all of you.
Mm.
So
Derek, don't do it unless you absolutely have to.
if you see another person tap it and you can tell this, Jules, tell Beans this, right? Fly
Yeah.
as low as you can so that way you don't just drop like a stone when polymorph
Mm.
Oh,
drops,
Yeah.
right?
good idea.
Ileana, you've got your wings, of course, but Derek and
Yeah.
Beans, I
Okay.
don't want you to fall from a great height because you weren't paying attention.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Exactly.
Wet that's a whole
All
different.
right,
Yeah.
great. And we've got our little bat signal. All right, well, I can't think of anything else. Can any of you?
Okay, so just to run it back.
Right.
Mhm.
You guys are gonna be bats. You guys are gonna be distracting them. We sneak in. Lennox gonna take out the one guard, right?
The potion. Mhm.
And then I'm gonna wait and take out the other one, or am I taking out the invisible ones?
I think on one side there's the guard with the dagger and one invisible person. So if you're with that invisible person first, they'll
Yeah.
come down and be like, "Oh no, the guard," and you get them. The
Okay.
other side, the other invisible one's on the other side of the top of the stairs, I think. So they might.
No, they're
Oh,
they're on right. So if you take a look at
sorry.
the map, just so that we're all in the same
Oh,
thing.
I
So
see,
on the
okay.
right hand side, yeah,
Mhm.
there's one in each corner, and then there's
Ah,
one on the platform, and then
okay.
on the left hand side where Lashana doesn't think there's a staircase is just one guard. And then there are
Okay.
the two guards that are out in front when you first come in.
Well, if I can have 2 sleeping potions, Jules, then once this first
I'll
one
give you 3.
drops,
Yeah.
all
I'll give you
right,
3.
then we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't see the other one. But
Yeah. No,
if they pop off and then become visible, I'll try and
Yeah.
take the moment.
The one invisible one is all the way at the top, right, where no one else can see it.
The
Kind of.
invisible ones are enemies 5 and 6. And they're both on little 2-foot pedestals. So
Gotcha.
they're just too high for you to like force it in. You have to wait for them to come down or you fly up to them somehow.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's why if Lennox makes it look like number 3 collapsed, then you're hoping that those 2 will jump down and you can give it to them. Yeah. Okay.
If not, the bats might scare the shite out of them and flock around their faces.
Right.
Uh,
And the bats are watching the other balcony, right? That way, if that guard starts to make a move towards you, then we'll swoop in.
Okay.
Okay.
that's a good plan as any, I think.
I mean, realistically, I'm only gonna be able to poison one of the guards. The other one I'm gonna have to probably fight.
I can, if you fight and they turn visible, I'll try and stay invisible and point and sleep them while you're fighting them. They won't see the potion coming. Maybe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, the thing is I can fly, like, so we could just go for the invisible ones for 5. It's 5 and 6, right? That are invisible.
It is 5 and 6. The only problem is you're the only person that can see them.
It's true.
So unless we have a way to get Lennox the invisibility.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't prepare that today.
Yeah, it only works on me. Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. It's more of a plan than Jules normally has going into something, right?
We've
Oh.
made it so far.
I'm a meticulous planner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
I tend to find that you like to improv a little bit more, but sure. All
A little
right.
bit. Yeah.
Everyone would remember your affirmations.
Hey,
Of
I'm sort of
course.
stuck
Yeah.
on Jules
Thanks.
improv right now. That sounds rather hot. But right, affirmations.
All right. So you make your way in towards the Temple of Kelmvor. Just outside, in a place where hopefully no one can see you, you cast your spells. Is anyone casting anything outside of like invisibility and the polymorph? Is there anything else we wanted to cast?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm casting a long strider on myself.
Okay.
Which lets me run 10 feet more.
Okay.
Casting see invisibility. And I'm going to cast. Actually, that's it.
Okay.
That's it for right now. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Nothing for me.
And I will let Derek cast anything he needs to before polymorph, if that is necessary. You see Lashana cover up her face with a large scarf and a hood, so that when she comes back into her human form, all that you can see are her eyes. And she will cast polymorph on Beans, Lennox, or not Lennox, I'm sorry, Ileana and Derek. So before turning into a bat herself. And the four of you fly in and make your way up and into the rafters as planned. Can I get a stealth check from those who are bats, please?
Oh, I forgot.
My
Oh,
God.
limit 17. Do we use bat stats?
Yeah, I think so, because that one's a physical stat. Let me pull up a bat.
It's the bat.
That's it.
The 19 for Ileana. Bat Ileana.
Bat. Batana. For Derek, I rolled a 19, so that's a 21. Where it was Beans.
Oh. 15.
15. Okay. Now for Derek, and yeah, insane for
And-
Lashana.
Dan,
Yeah.
I sent you a private message in Zoom. You
Mhm.
have access to like extra items too for that cloak. if
Oh,
need
thank
them.
you.
Perfect. And then one more time, Ileana, what was your check? I'm just writing it down for next week.
Nope, you're fine. It was 19.
19, that's right.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So you see them fly off and ahead of you and into the church itself. Can I get a stealth check from, oh, I'm sorry, did you guys do that at advantage? Do you want to do that at advantage for Beans? Because that was his first roll.
Oh, yes, that was good. The first one was better.
Oh yeah, mine first one
Yours
was
better.
too.
Okay. So then can I get stealth checks with advantage from Lennox and Jules, please?
24.
24.
8.
8. Okay.
You have that's at advantage.
That's with advantage. It was 2 super shitty rolls, like a 2 and a 3.
Aww.
I will allow you. So you already got advantage on those rolls because you were invisible. So I wasn't going to put your affirmation advantage on there, but if you want to use it on this one versus your next roll, I will go ahead and let you do that.
Okay, thank you. This would be a straight roll then, because it's just like a
Mhm.
Oh, the
Unless
burn.
8's your best.
18.
18.
Whew. Jesus.
Okay.
Caliber.
All right. So Jules, you are the only one left that gets advantage on your next roll. Everyone else has just used theirs. Perfect. So you make your way into the temple itself. I'm just going to put you guys right here to start. Where did you guys go? And of course, Derek, Ileana, and Lashana and Beans are all up here in the rafters. And as you make your way through the first checkpoint, you see a handful of sages and acolytes and, probably no more than 10 scattered throughout the space itself. And it's a very large cavernous space. So all of them would have to be within like shouting distance of each other, but they're spread out throughout the space. And of course you see the 2 guards in the corners. And as you make your way in, trying to avoid bumping anyone so that they don't know you're there, I think that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh.
Pick back up next week. So
Awesome, Vix. Super fun.
Thank you guys so much. We made it to the temple, and we'll be able to have Stephen join us next week
Yeah.
as a bat.
Nice.
So awesome. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out. Of course, players, thanks for hanging out tonight and playing. It was really nice to be back, and I'm excited to see you guys next week. Thank you guys for your patience while we recovered from COVID. It hit 3 people in a row in our group, so it's a bit of a mess. But Dan, do you want to do our sign off and everything?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm super quickly just taking a peek for someone to feed. So yeah, if thank you, viewers, of course, for chilling with us here tonight. It's so good to play such a fun game. If you had fun, consider giving us a follow, because we have a ton of D&D across the week, so you can be alerted when we go live. Here's our schedule. As you can see, a lot of D&D. We have some art shows. Christy is teaching Steph how to paint minis. And Christy is this master mini painter. Steph is teaching me how to draw. I'm trying Dan. Trisha plays some video games on Sunday evenings. And then I play a bunch, in the mornings and sometimes evenings. All that amazing stuff. Yeah, let's see. We usually have someone we'd like to raid over to. I don't really see any of our folks or anyone that's like a full proper name up here. So I think that we probably won't be able to pass the love on tonight. I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, that's okay. Everyone, just take the extra time to yourself, a little self-care before Monday. So, all right. Perfect. Well, everyone have a fantastic week, and we will see you next Sunday for a raid of the temple. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.